Hi everyone, Skye here with Scrap with Skye with tonight's edition of Sketch with Skye Live. So glad that you could join. We are going to be working, as always, out of the 101 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketchbook. This was a promotional sketch booklet that came out at the end of last year, so not everybody has it, but I did post a copy of today's sketch in the comments earlier tonight. We're going to be working on page 33 tonight. And you guys, I am so excited about this particular sketch because I'm going to be using some product that I have just been dying to use. So I'll get to that in just a minute. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. A reminder that today, the last sketch in the Sizzlin Summer Sketch Challenge was released. This is sketch number 9. So summer is almost over. This is the sketch. If you haven't seen it posted yet, I'll put a link to it on my page. But this one is the last one of the summer. So we're getting down to the wire since it is Labor Day weekend this weekend. So the official end of summer. Some of us have kids in school already, so it feels like our summer is over, but nonetheless, the official end is coming soon. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my desktop camera, give you a quick look at what I've got going on down here. We'll talk a little bit about the project for tonight. So bear with me for just a second here. Thank you. Okay, so this is a look at the sketch a little bit closer. It's got 3 photos. Now, certainly you could do photos in either or both of these locations to make this up to a 5-photo page. So the options are kind of out there for you. And as this page shows, it's 3 photos with a title block here and a journaling block here. This is a variation of a grid or a block style page, which I always really like. It's got some fun opportunities for embellishment. I love the way the center photo is kind of overlapping the others, and this border along the bottom adds a really nice pop. And so that's what I'm going to try to do with this page as well. I am using the ice cream social product. Now, this was a part of the buy get promotion that was available earlier this summer. And so it was not available for purchase with it wasn't available for purchase. It was strictly a promo, a buy get promo. I just wanted to let you guys know my delay on the screen tonight is about 20 seconds. So if I don't respond to your comments straight away, know that that is why. Hi, Roxana. Hi, Rosemarie. So glad to see you both. So I'm super excited about this product. As soon as I saw it, I had to have it. It's just so fun. I love these great ice cream colors. There's a really pretty teal and bright pink and some really fun patterns. There's a waffle grid on one of the backs of these sheets, which makes it super, appropriate for ice cream. So I just love that. There's a great little embellishments pack and a sticker pack. So I'll be using some of all of those things. I chose this is going to be my background piece of paper, this bright pink, this really fun green with the sprinkles, kind of a teal green is going to be one of the layers. And then I'm going to be using, I'm going to use that for the mats, and it's got 2 sides that I like. And then this is going to be that colorful strip along the bottom. And then the back side of this is this waffle cone pattern. So I'm going to kind of make use of that and use this paper, both sides of this ice cream cone paper. And I'll probably make use of both sides of the sprinkles and polka dots paper as well. I grabbed all of the coordinating cardstock that I could find because I'm going to be using this Build-A-Punch. It's the ice cream cone Build-A-Punch. which is just super fun. And I thought it'd be a great way to add some interest and fun to the pages. So my camera's a little washed out. So this is the light pink. This is the raspberry pink, the tangerine, canary. And then I grabbed a couple different of these teals. I have this like lagoon shimmer, which I think is actually kind of a perfect match for this sprinkles paper. And then a couple of other shades of teal, and then the purple ice, and then some white and different neutral shades that I thought I might use to punch out the cones. So I've got kind of the French vanilla, this nice kind of beige, and then the hot fudge. So, and how appropriate, hot fudge for ice cream pages. So that's kind of what I've pulled to work with tonight. We'll kind of see how it all comes together. You know, as usual, this layout is going to be a fairly quick and easy. So we're going to spend probably most of our time just working on the fun embellishments with the stickers, the die cuts, and the punch. So I did pull out this ice cream Build-A-Punch as well as the circle punch. I thought these would really coordinate nicely together, using these circles as a background for the punch patterns. As always, my collection over here includes my polymer eraser and a pencil, my multi-purpose tool, my fine tip scissors, both my repositional and regular tape runner. I pulled a rainbow of pins out for journaling and maybe to do some other decorative things. Because the colors are fairly light, they are a little bit harder to create some contrast on the pages. So I'm not sure how that'll work. We'll just kind of have to take a look. The two darker colors I think will probably, and maybe even this blue, probably be what I'll go with to journal, just so because they do stand out a little bit better. And last but not least, our beautiful trimmer family. I talked a lot about this new photo trimmer last week. And then our always trusty 12-inch trimmer. And again, as always, I'm working off of two 13-inch mats, and I keep my silicone mat handy for when I'm using my repositional tape, so that I can just rub it right off of my small little pieces. All right, so my base page, like I mentioned, is going to be this pink. The back of this is really great too. It's got really fun wording on it. I had a hard time deciding if I should use the piece with the wording or these little ice cream things, but I think I'm going to go with the ice cream. So the pictures that I'm using on this layout are photos from my traditional back to school ice cream outing with my daughter. So usually the night before, the day before we go back to school, my daughter and I go out for ice cream. So that's what we did this year. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by cutting my border strip on the bottom, this piece here. And it is 3 inches wide. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert this in at the 3-inch line, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut that strip. My paper is directional, so it was be sure to cut it correctly. And then the other piece is I'm going to be using the back side of this. This is the waffle, and this is this 11.5 by 9 layer on this page. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to 11.5. Let's see what the width of this is. already at 9, perfectly at 9, which I feel is a little, which doesn't seem right. Does that seem right? We'll see. I feel like that can't be right, but we'll look and see how it goes on here. And I'll go ahead and cut this down to 11 and a half. I feel like that bottom strip maybe should only be 2 inches. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, there's an error on the measurements here. So I'm just gonna do some quick math to make sure. This top says that it should be 11 and a half by 9. This guy is 4. Doing scrapbooker math, this is 4. So yeah, this should definitely be 9, but I think that this border strip here should only be 2 inches. So thankfully, I'm gonna just go ahead and mark that in there. Thankfully, it didn't cause a problem with my paper because I was kind of multitasking. It's gonna give me an extra 1-inch strip off of this piece that I can use for something else. Yeah, that looks more like it. This will be centered to the top, and then there'll be a border sticker that goes along the bottom there. So note, if you printed out the sketch or you have the booklet, if you're working true to the dimensions, this bottom strip, it's marked 12 by 3, but in fact it should be 12 by 2 inches wide. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut some mats here for a photo, a center photo. So I need a 4.5 by 6.5. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this at 4.5. So that's the center one, and then I need 2 pieces that are 3 by 4. This is not gonna quite work, but that's okay. Four. Then I also need a 3 by 1. I need 2 3 by 1 pieces. So I'm just gonna use that. So that'll be a scrap. That'll be a scrap. Actually, I can use this to get my other 3 by 1. It's 3 inches. The 3 by 1 pieces are the little layers. I'll recap on this. The 3 by 1 pieces are the little layers that go above and below the main 4 by 6 photo. And then I need another 3 by 4. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 3, I think. All right, so those are my scraps. I should have all the pieces that I need. So to recap, what I've done is I cut a photo mat that's 4.5 by 6.5. And then I have these 2 mats that, as shown on the sketch, would be for the journal box and the title block box. And then I've got these 2 3 by 1 pieces that go the top and bottom of the snap like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. And so I'm going to go ahead, before I adhere everything down, I want to go ahead and trim my photos and mount them where I'd like for them to go. So I just love using my new photo trimmer, so I'm going to pull that out and see what we've got here. The photos that I have to choose from, it's going to go with something like these. I've got a couple here. I definitely want this one to be, I think, 4x4. Daughter's head off about. So there's two 4x4 photos, and then one is not trimmed at all because it's just a straight up 4x6. I want to get like the most of this pretty ice cream in here. It's actually gelato. Of our favorite little gelato place just down the road. I think that one can go like that. Let's see over that. And this one will go right in the middle. So I think that's generally how I'm going to lay that out. I may, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to pop this over here and start adhering. So I've got my center photo that goes here. Pieces aside. Go ahead and get those layers down. Don't want upside down ice cream. Nobody wants that. I think this is a great example of a really nice way to use what we sometimes call a statement paper. Your bold patterns, sometimes it's kind of hard to know how to use them. They don't work great always for matting. And if you use them as a background, in some cases, it might be just a little bit too busy or a little bit more than what the look that you're going for, maybe just a little too much. And so this little strip down here is just the perfect way to use those statement papers. So I'm going to go ahead and just set that there, make sure I have that about right. If this here, adjust it slightly. I'm just kind of eyeballing the position of all of these, just kind of giving them equal space between each other in terms of the margins. So that's why I kind of laid them both down and eyeballed them kind of equidistant from the top and the sides and in between. That's where I was going with that. And then I'm going to do the same with these two over here. And again, before I'm really adhere down tightly, I'm going to go ahead and position this here and make sure I have it at about right. And that looks good since I had the other piece down, it made it a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy down in the center. and I've got pieces on the top and bottom that I want to make sure kind of work. This one looks like it's centered between these two, so I think I'll grab centered between these two as well. So just and you know, this is just kind of a matter of personal preference too. I think you could kind of put these wherever you wanted. There is a slight bit of overlap. So the way I'm doing these is I'm just going to position these 3x1 strips directly in the middle of the left and the right hand side pieces, just giving this equal distance on both sides and then lining it up on the bottom in this case and on the top of this page. Roxanne, I have the perfect pictures for this sketch. Yay! I think, you know, I really liked this sketch too. I thought it was a fun layout for the pictures. And we talked a little bit last week. This one has 3 photos. So when you have those examples of when, you know, you don't have a lot of photos, but you want to make a fun page and, you know, still tell a story with just a few photos, I think this is a great example of how to do that. And these are great sizes too. Like this is a full size 4x6 photo. These two are 4x4s. So, you know, there's not a lot of trimming to be done, and, you know, you're not, you know, you can use pretty good sized photos with these if you tend to have a lot of close-ups. All right. So now let's embellish. This is the most fun part. I'm gonna grab my stickers and my embellishments. I'm gonna have a hard time choosing these embellishments because there's so many super cute ones. I'm gonna do the one thing that I know what I'm gonna do, which is this border stickers. So there's 3 sets of border stickers on here. This one is like the awning of an ice cream shop, and I thought that this one went best with, you know, kind of the theme of the page. And I'm just gonna set this, I'm gonna give it kind of a similar border that it goes around the other sides and the top. So in this case, it looks like, you know, it's a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. It's probably 3/8 or something along those lines. But just making it so that the pink border is the same all around. And I think that little awning is super cute. So there's a title and an embellishment cluster here. There's an embellishment cluster here, and there's an embellishment cluster here. So this is a great example of something that I probably mention in every Sketch with Skye Live, and that is the triangle technique in moving your line of vision across the page and clustering embellishments in this visual triangle. So that's what this is going to do. There's going to be one here, and it's going to take your eye right across these 3 photos, then back up and kind of in this perpetual pattern, which works excellent for the positioning of these photos. So, you know, a lot of people talk about, you know, their concern about over embellishing pages, and they want their pages to be all about the pictures. But I think with the proper placement and selection of embellishments, you can have, you know, something that you consider to be highly decorative and still really showcase your photos beautifully. It enhances them. So I'm all for lots of embellishments when you have them. So this sticker collection, these sticker sheets, actually, in addition to this being a build a punch, there's a lot of build a sticker options here too. So you can build ice cream sundaes and ice cream cones, and there's a variety of different, waffle cones and sugar cones, and um, there's even like cupcakes and then the little sundae cups. So there's a ton of options there. There's some fun uh, um, word art and phrases on this one. And then we've got these great phrases over here too. So this is where the challenge lies. I like the shape of that one because it fits nicely into that rectangle, but I'm not married to it, so we'll see what we have. There's another one. This one is a little bit smaller. So this says ice cream makes everything better. And this one says ice cream for hot summer days, which is appropriate for us because I'm sure it was about 107 degrees when we had this ice cream. But this is fun too. There's one that says living the sweet life. And then this one is the best time for ice cream is always. That's a cute one too. I think those would be my candidates for the title in that particular page. And I think that works a little bit better than any of the phrase stickers. Do I have in the extra ice cream pack? Roxana, I do not. It was a limited pack, and when I went online to get some more, they were sold out. So unfortunately, I don't, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see this again sometime because it was extremely popular, extremely popular. So I think we might see it again. I'm tending to go towards this ice cream makes everything better, but the Sweet Life one is kind of my second one. So I'm gonna put that there to see what I come up with my other embellishments. So down here, I would want to do some fun things, I think, with some actual ice cream. So there's a super fun little cone and sundae cup. Look at this. Look at all those. Look at all that deliciousness. And I think that I could probably just looking to see what the other ones do. I think we could probably do a little bit of a cluster there and maybe use one of these word art. Another one of these word art. I'm looking to see sweet, yummy, tasty treats, happy moments, and hopefully ice cream. There's a sticker that says, let's have some fun. I kind of like that one. The ones with the white background, I feel like they get a little bit lost on this page. So this might be an example also where I punch out a circle from one of my papers here. And I kind of like, that maybe pink. The bright pink. I'll give it a shot here. So this is a soft pink cardstock. I'm just thinking of maybe popping this underneath this embellishment cluster just to kind of, so it doesn't get lost against the white background there like that. And then maybe pop that up a little bit with this little, let's have some fun stickers. Yeah, I think that is super cute. Maybe something like that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and adhere these guys down. I feel like I'm a little bit in the um, uh, foam square mode. Let's get some foam squares on these guys. I think an ice cream page just kind of, I was about to say screams ice cream. It just lends itself really nicely to some foam squares. Small, I think what I do. Something big one. This will be fun here. Pop this up a little bit, give it some dimension. I think I put that about right there, like that. And this there. I'm gonna need. Um, I love this foam tape. I can't recommend it enough. And in terms of the value, if you like foam squares, the foam tape is actually a much better value. It comes in a nice long roll. There's less waste. It's just really ideal. And you can cut it to any size, which I love. Like right in this example, I'm just cutting really tiny itty bitty pieces. Put on there. Yeah. Okay. And then over here, I'm gonna work on, let's see here. I think over here and here is where I want to use my fun punch. So I'm just going to ask you to bear with me a little bit. I'm going to punch out a variety of these punches to build a punch. So the way that it works is that there's on this one, there's a cone, and then there's two ice cream scoop options. One looks like soft serve and one looks like a scoop. And then there's a little, you might mistake that for a heart, but I think it's the cherry, for the cherry on top. And so when you use it, if you do a full punch of it, you're going to get all four pieces of the color you're punching. Now, you may not need all four, right? So I'm just going to do a few here with this purple, and then I'm going to do some brown so that I have something for the cones. And I can't decide if I like this dark brown for the cone. That makes it look kind of chocolatey, and you know, if we're being literal, the cones aren't usually chocolate, although they might sometimes have a chocolate dip. I think this sort of beige color is more in line with what we would typically see as a color. If you're literal, you know, and you don't have to be, if you can make your cones purple if you want. It all coordinates, these colors all work great together, so you could make it however you like. So I've got a few options here. I'm looking at building my my cone. I think I'm gonna use, let's see, I didn't do yellow, so I'm gonna cut a circle in yellow as my kind of my base for the cone. Let's try that. I'm gonna do turquoise color too. Okay. That looks, thinking of doing something like that. And I might do two. I might take this brown one and put it there, and this orange. And it looks a little bit different. The other thing you can do that might be fun with this is you can do a double scoop. I like that. And then maybe with this brown, chocolate. Of course, I dropped it on the floor. Oh, there it is on my pant leg. Maybe I would do something like that. And then I'll get this pink cherry on top of this one. And I think that's where I could just take my little pen and draw. So what do you guys think of that? I think that looks super cute. These are fun. You can get really spend as much time as you wanted creating these ice cream cones. I just think they're so much fun. You could have a blast. If you wanted to get really fussy with it, you could get out your brown um, pen and you could draw some waffle lines on your lighter brown phone if that's something you wanted to give a try. And I'm just gonna size more. I'll tape for this one. Tiny. Kind of cut that off to the side like that. That's fun. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. Do another one. Now I wasn't maybe actually. This teal actually is not the best base color because it's I've got quite a bit of it those mats. It kind of blends into the mats a bit. So I think I'll just punch a purple circle. And I'm going to create another home. I tend to be a little bit literal, so I think I like this. Do something like that. I like the pink. Thanks, Roxanne and Rosemary. This it is fun. It's just a lot of fun. Do a pink cherry, a light pink cherry on top this time. So I think maybe I'll put that there with the title. Turn it this way a little bit since it's just mindful that I don't want it to bleed into the pink background. I think something like that and like that will be fun. And then I think I'm gonna sprinkle a couple more stickers in there if I can find my sticker sheets under all my sheets of cardstock. You know, they're mostly do a little bit different ice cream. This waffle cone with the chocolate on it and yellow. Pink. I feel like it needs 2 layers. on here. So that's going to be my general embellishment and titles. I'm going to go ahead and put a journal box in here just using some white lined paper. I might find a use for a few more of these little bits and pieces here, possibly even some more of these fun um, die cuts. But there you have it. There's a relatively quick and easy page that's just, I think, communicates a fun little outing. And I just couldn't love this paper collection more. So I hope you like it as much as I do. I will snap a picture of the final product when I get the embellishments adhered and the journaling done in the comments of this post. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my regular camera. Bear with me for just a sec while I do that. All right, so I am back. Thank you so much for joining tonight. It was a fun page, at least I thought so. I hope you did too. And we've added one more page from the 101 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketches to our collection. So, you know, the point of all of this is to get you to work on some pages, get pages completed, get your pages in your albums and your albums done and on your shelf and showing your family and friends and creating those really important special keepsakes for your loved ones. So that's why we do what we do. And I love sharing these tips and tricks with you, and I hope you enjoy it as well. So quick reminders, I'll be back next Wednesday, same time, same place, September 4th. This is Labor Day weekend, so everybody enjoy your nice long weekend if you've got one. I've got, for my local folks, I have a crop on Friday night and all day Saturday, so I hope you'll join me for that. The latest Sizzlin' Summer sketch came out today, so you have until next Tuesday to get that completed, and it's the last one of the summer. So that'll be fun to work on. I am a little bit behind, but I hope to get those 2 sketches completed this week and get them posted myself. So thanks everyone for joining. I had a lot of fun making this page and I appreciate you joining me. I will see you next week. Happy scrapping in the meantime. Thanks, guys.